Get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, ladies and gentlemen, the coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you hear or see is
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back around the water cooler, giving our perspective on these sports stories and everything that's going on in the landscape of sports. Marcus, how you doing today, boss man?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. How you, bro? We got a good guest on today, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling
Got
great.
a good guest.
Feeling great, man. Feeling great, man. We got a great guest on today, man. Marcus, you know what? Marcus,
Yes, sir.
I think, you know what? I'm going to say my spiel, then I'm going to let you say your spiel. I've been knowing this guy since I was 5 years old. We started playing Little League football together. He was, in the words of T.O., he was my quarterback. He was my quarterback. That's what he was. He was my quarterback. That's what he was. Marcus, what is he to you, boss? What is he to you?
Man, I can't even put into words what he is to me, man. He my brother, best friend, man. Man, hey, he my support system when I need him to be, man. Hey, no further ado, man. Let me bring him in. You know him by Holleywood. This is my brother DJ Holly coming live, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we be promoing him every week. Now y'all get to see him. Ladies and gentlemen, Holleywood Media is himself, DJ. DJ, how you doing today, boss?
Man, I'm doing good, man. That's the Water Cooler Talk, man.
Yes, sir.
I get to check it off my bucket list, man. I done made it. I made it.
Well, this is dope. This is dope, ladies and gentlemen.
I done made it. Hold on. Y'all can hear me? I can test my mic right quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hold on. Hollywood. I just had to be the first one to do it. I had to be the first one to do it this episode. I had to be the first one.
Good, man. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, man, DJ Holleywood Media is in the building tonight, man. He's sitting around the water cooler with us, and we're going to talk some sports, man. So, you already know, man. I think he's ready, man. You hear the crowd noise, man. When you hear the crowd noise, you already know it's game time. It's time for us to go ahead and get ready for this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what comes first. Let's go ahead. We headed to the first quarter.
It's now time for the first quarter.
Man, thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear, man. We are here around the water cooler with our guy DJ. DJ's in the building with us right now. We're going to sit down and talk a little sports, man. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about a little football real quick. Start everything off, man. Starting to lay everything out, we can talk about some football, man. Kansas City Chiefs. They had a little struggle, but they came out with a 10-point win this past weekend, man. Still seeing some problems going on with this receiving core, man. So the question is, man, has Patrick Mahomes lost faith and trust in Kadarius Toney, man? He had a couple of bad drops this past weekend, and I'm gonna start with Marcus, man. Marcus, what do you got, man? What you thinking? What you seeing from this receiving core with Kansas City, man? What's going on? What is it?
I told you last week, bro, what I thought. I told you last week, and I told you, like you always say, by week 5 or 6, they are who they are. And that man been dropping passes. He been blowing games up since the beginning of the season. Ain't nothing changed. And I'm just not gonna single him out. The whole receiving core, everybody but Travis Kelce need to get some stickum on some gloves or something because because Lord,
not the stickle.
They
That's
can't
that
get the
old
cold
school
in Alaska
stuff
right now.
That's that old school stuff. The stickle.
The stickle. Some they need some.
Goodness. Well, we singled out Kadarius Toney because he's besides Kelce, he's probably the most senior receiver that's come back on that team. Made a couple of big catches in the Super Bowl last year to help that team propel to another Super Bowl title for Patrick Mahomes to continue his legacy. And it just seems as if this season he's just something's wrong. Just out of touch, out of sorts. Something is going on. DJ, what you got, man? What's your take on the whole situation?
My take on the whole situation is I don't think he had much trust in him coming into this season, to be honest. By looking at it, by looking at the Chiefs receivers, like he's like 6th or 7th in targets. So it doesn't look like they were really trying to give him the ball, but just for him to maintain and do his thing and be him. But apparently the team hasn't lost too much faith in him because they still playing him. But what I feel Andy Reid will do is put him in a situation where he's comfortable. Speed sweeps, quick screens, swing passes, something like that to get him into some type of rhythm.
Okay.
And then maybe get him down the field some because honestly, like playing football at receiver or whatever, like if you get like a couple touches, even if they short touches or just get your hands on the ball, get tackled a couple times early, it boosts your confidence later in the game to catch passes downfield. So I think that's what they'll do with him.
Okay, all right, I like that analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all didn't know, DJ played college football, Delta State. That's where he played. He played receiver, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
he did.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
he
sir.
did.
The quarterback dreams kind of ended. Not too far after Pee Wee. Not too far after Pee Wee.
Okay, I got you.
But hey, it is what it is. It happened for a reason.
I got you. Yeah, nah, man. I think I don't think Patrick Mahomes has lost faith in Kadarius Toney. I think, like I stated last week, we did kind of touch on this subject. I still believe that down the stretch, Kadarius Toney will make those catches down the stretch. At least I hope he does, because I said the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. I did say that, so I need them to, man. So I don't know, man. It seems as if something is off with Kadarius Toney this season, man. I don't know if it's I don't know, man. What you thinking?
He a gadget guy, man. So
Yeah.
you put him in, like DJ said, on the sweeps and the little screen plays to get his confidence up. He always been a gadget guy.
Yeah, kind of like an Ontario McCaleb type.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to put him
yeah.
in a situation to get those jitters out. So in the playoffs, I think Andy Reid will put him in a better position. Let's hope, because they gonna need him down. If they gonna make a run for the Super Bowl, they gonna need him to step up.
Yeah, right now the Chiefs are third in the AFC. Right now, I believe the who is it? Is the Ravens are sitting at number one seed. Ravens number 1, Miami's 2, Chiefs 3. We still got 4 weeks left in the season for them to make a move, possibly to move up to the second spot. But it looks as if this might be the first time Patrick Mahomes, if he does make it to the AFC Championship game, it will not be played at Gehart Stadium in Kansas City. Hey, this might be a history-making moment here.
That's a shake-up.
They ain't going to Arrowhead this year.
So where you think they going then?
They're going to Baltimore this year. I think Baltimore hold it off.
I don't know about that one, boss.
Shout out my sister-in-law. I think you hear me, Stella. Be more, baby. Be more, baby. They gonna hold them off.
He talked about you for a few days last time.
Yeah, they coach pick. I understand. I take blame.
Be
more, baby. We're gonna win the AFC this year.
Yeah, you had picked them over the Bengals. My wife talked about them bad. My wife is a huge Baltimore Ravens fan.
Okay.
Extremely huge. And that's what kind of made us click when we first started talking. And she, we started talking football, and she she knew what offsides was, pass interference stuff. Look at them you sent her for me then. You know what I'm saying? So that's a conversation I had with God, man. So,
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Nah, I still think this is. I think the AFC Championship is going to run through Miami this year. I think Miami, especially if they can get Tyreek healthy, get that ankle injury underway. I think the AFC Championship is going to be between the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs. I think at some kind of way,
Miami got a long little stretch in these next 3 games. They got Dallas. They got Baltimore for the AFC, and they play us the last game of the season. So it's just,
I got to give you your props.
Miami come up out of this unscathed.
I got to give you your props. Buffalo look like something. They still ain't gonna get past the divisional round, but they look like something. Y'all looking like something.
I appreciate.
I don't know what it is, but y'all looking like something. Y'all looking like something. I don't know what it is, but it's
They
something.
don't have to get it right until they got to get it right. So,
Hey, man, the thing about it is the problem with Buffalo early on was passing the ball too much. We relied on Josh Allen's arm way too much.
Okay.
With the new offensive coordinator, we running the ball, controlling the pace of the game. That's what we should have been doing in the beginning. So,
Okay. All right, then. Cool. Right now, who do you trust more? Patrick Mahomes, Tua Tagovailoa, Lamar Jackson, or Josh Allen?
who am I trusting more right
Which
now?
which quarterback do you trust the most?
I'm
As
always
an
gonna
indi-
pick Patrick Mahomes.
yeah, I'm about to say as
But
an individual or individual in their team.
Individual in their team. Which one do you trust the most? To get
Right
you
now,
on we just saw it last night, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Lock took the Seahawks from the 8-yard line. Well, Bradbury got beat a lot of time on that drive, but Drew Lock threw a game-winning touchdown to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and against that Philadelphia Eagles team, which I picked to win that game. Right now, team is on the 5-yard line. You need a touchdown. 1:12 left. Which quarterback are you taking to win you that game out of those four?
on the 5?
On the 5-yard. They gotta go 95 yards to get a touchdown.
I'm gonna go Pat, man. Still,
Yeah, you gotta go with Chiefs.
Thank you.
man.
So how are y'all up here talking about the Ravens going? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what?
Because it's a team game, Nick.
Hey, but you just said,
Ravens-
but you
top-
just
top
sat
to
here and
bottom,
just
the Ravens
said,
has a better team.
but you just sat here and said that the receiving core, we just had a whole discussion about how one receiver in the whole receiving core is not giving him a chance to win, but you're going to take Pat Mahomes? You're going to take Pat Mahomes? You're going to take Pat Mahomes?
Yeah.
The greatest quarterback to ever live, Pat Mahomes. He's a Hall of Famer right now. He's a Hall of Famer right now.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You give him that nod though this early though?
I surely do. Yeah, I surely do. I surely do.
People in the Hall of Fame with lesser resumes than Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, that's
By far.
that's a whole nother conversation, man. We gotta talk about that at another time, ladies and gentlemen, man. But we thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all know what's coming up next, man. We gotta keep it moving. Coming up, we just got done with the first quarter. Y'all know what comes up next. Dose. We about to head to the second quarter.
Now entering the second quarter.
Woo, man, we here. We in the second quarter, ladies and gentlemen, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. Man, we thank y'all again, man. Let's go ahead and get to the topic in the second quarter. Let's keep it moving, man. One of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? One of the most enigmatic, controversial
That's
players.
South Alabama.
That's the-
Hey, he did. And he pulled it out of the top. I was like, whoa, okay.
That's one of those controversial, passionate players in the NBA today. Draymond Green, ladies and gentlemen, he has been suspended, not for 1 game, not for 5 games, not for 10 games, but indefinitely. And you know when you get suspended indefinitely, that means they don't know when you coming back.
I mean, they got a date on it now, Nick. I
Oh,
think
they do?
what they said 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
3 weeks.
Last I heard it was
With
indefinitely.
counseling.
Yeah, he ain't counseling.
3 weeks after counseling. Yeah.
That's just
3
that's
weeks.
just like them saying you going to jail for a year and a day, but you don't know how long that day is after that year. But you know, it is what it is. Nah, we don't want to go to jail. Nobody. But the thing is, are Draymond Green's days numbered with the Golden State Warriors? We're gonna start with Holleywood Media. Hollywood, what do you think?
I think they should be.
Okay.
He's a very unique player, but at the end of the day, Draymond is like that uncle at the cookout who you know is gonna get too drunk and show his tail. It's not a matter of if, but when.
But when?
Wow.
But it's gonna go to a point where you stop giving them invitations. And I think that's what Golden State gonna do. And I think that they've, relied on him to be him as far as like his court play for a long time. But at the end of the day, there may not be Draymond Green out there somewhere, but there are pieces of a Draymond out there. So you can find you a rim protector, defensive anchor that can rebound. He may not have the IQ as Draymond, but you go get you a veteran player to sit on the bench, or come in, get a couple minutes, get a feel for the game, to be able to analyze it for the younger players, like that. So I mean, yeah, that's how I feel about it, man. Just go find the pieces of Draymond instead of looking for a whole Draymond. And I don't really think they looking for a Draymond because they always had Draymond.
Gotcha.
But they can't lean on that because, I don't really think they thought Draymond was gonna be the type of player he was coming into the league. I don't think, being picked 35th overall. But I think he came in here and showed himself, and like I said, being picked 35th overall, Draymond Green wasn't Draymond Green until he became Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. If that makes sense. So
I got you. All right, that's a well thought out take there, Marcus. Mr. Poe.
It's his day's number.
Is his day's number than Ghost State
my
uniform?
brother just said, they should be. But are they? I don't think so. Because if Golden State wanted him gone after he beat up Jordan Poole was enough to send him gone. But
was it though? Was it though?
You got to look at it from this aspect, Nick. Draymond Green is the protector of Stephen Curry.
Is he though?
And Klay Thompson.
Is he?
Yes. That's the reason why you keep him on that team, because you need that type of attitude. But he's going too far now. So, but you see that they're giving him chance after chance. Like, if he was done, he should have been done after this last incident. But yet, what we gonna do? Give him counseling to try to rebrand himself when he come back. Now, if he comes back and, like DJ said, becomes the uncle at the cookout, just waiting on him to act up and cuss everybody out. If he comes back and he still has that same mentality, he's done. But right now, they're giving him another chance. They're trying to rebrand Draymond and make him a more peaceful guy when he comes back. But you still need Draymond for Stephen Curry's security blanket for more than just, just the passes and the screens.
This is where I come in and I don't know, man. It's weird to me, and I understand why people come in and say the current NBA, the state of the current NBA that is played is very soft. The incident that happened with Draymond Green and Yusuf Nurkic of the Phoenix Suns, that would have been just a normal play in the 90s. That would have been a common foul. Everybody would have fought it out.
Early 2000s as well.
Yeah, that too. It would have been a common foul. Everybody would have walked it off and would have kept playing the game. You take Draymond as Draymond is. I think both of you have alluded to this. You got to take the good and the bad with Draymond. If you want Draymond, you got to take the good and the bad with him. You got to take the parts of him that helps your team win championships, and you got to take the parts of Draymond that are like the Bad Boys, Pistons, early 90s, Bulls, Lakers, Cleveland Cavaliers type player in the paint. And to be completely honest with you, I had no problem with what he did. I'm just going to be honest with you. I had no problem with what he did.
If he was going to go ahead and do it, he should have just did it. All that, like, and then my hand just so happened to come across his face. Like, come on, bro. It's the antics. Now, I was a Draymond Green fan, especially like when I was in college. My teammate used to hate me talking about Draymond. But I was a fan of his like play style, not all that extra stuff. But y'all don't think that there's like a lesser like version of Draymond out there somewhere? Probably may not give you the same type of numbers, but something close to it. Without all the
basically somebody that can play the point forward position. I think LeBron. I think LeBron is that player now. I think LeBron is that premier player now, even though I think he's playing too many minutes.
They wouldn't.
I'm
talking about as far like that Golden State can be able to obtain, possibly like somewhere in the G League or overseas. Or there's some. Do you think that you might not know the exact person, but do you feel that there's some?
Oh yeah, it's somebody
out there.
Yeah, it's somebody out there that can do it. It's somebody out there
last
that
A lot
can
of
do
young
it.
pieces in the league they can do what Draymond can minus the attitude.
But the problem comes in Draymond has won championships. This
Yeah.
core, of Clay, Steph, Draymond, you could throw Wiggins in there if you want to, but those three and Kerr, they've won championships. They know how to win together. So that's the reason why when people come in and they talk about, like, oh, the Warriors are this, the Warriors are that, the Warriors are gone, they're getting old and stuff like that. They know how to win when it matters. I'm not like, and this is going off on down another road here, but I'm kind of not worried about the Warriors right now. I would be interested in them after the All-Star break and see what happens then with them winning games, because right now I think they're 11th in the Western Conference right now race, so they're outside of the play-in. But no, man, I don't have a problem with Draymond. I'm willing to take that risk if it's gonna get me championships. Draymond's that guy, man. He's the guy. I mean, in the world of sports, it's about the way money is generated. You generate money by winning championships because people are interested in your team. People want to buy the merchandise. People want to be around it. So I need the guys on my team that can get that done for me. I'm not upset. I'm not upset about it at all. Now, I do think there is a play because I think other factors are involved in this as well, because you do have the Rich Paul effect, the clutch sports effect, to where if this does happen, and it does happen, this does come down to a point to where Draymond Green is, I don't want to say forced out of Golden State. I think he takes a trip down south to Los Angeles, and I think he ends up in Los Angeles with LeBron. I do see that
Yeah,
happening.
that's his boy.
I do see that
That's
happening,
his guy. So I see that happening too.
which would make
But
me very upset. Which would make me very upset.
why? Draymond's production is not one that just pops off the page anymore. So it's just like me losing his production. I need that. I need his leadership more than his production.
Which is true. Yeah, that is true. You do need the leadership. But if Draymond, if you can get Draymond to give to, and I stated this when basketball season started, if you can get him not even hitting 38, 39% from three, but if he can hit 27, 28% from three, touching that 30% range from three, Golden State is dangerous. Golden State is dangerous. If he can give you two to three 3-pointers per game, it's a different team. It's a different team, especially with him playing that point forward position, because with the switching that's going on in the NBA now, it's just so much switching to where he's open all the time. And so if he can hit that shot 3 times a night, I'm good. I'll take that. I'll take that all day.
But like you said, it's a risk though, because Draymond's willing to get kicked out of any game.
That's true.
No matter the magnitude. I think he did in one finals where he got suspended 2 games.
The bogus finals
against Bron.
The finals that was bogus that the NBA gave to LeBron. The Warriors were up 3-1 in the finals. And in the words of Stephen A. Smith, the NBA gave Cleveland and LeBron a stimulus package.
And the thing is, like, if Draymond would have stayed in their finals and they would have won, he was the MVP of that final.
He was a win. Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely was. I was so mad. Me and my partner, Moley, Marcus, Moley. I watched the game at his apartment. I think it was the game 7, and he was going crazy. He did, I don't know how many threes, like 3 to 5 threes or whatever, and was playing like a great game. And I think that was his game back, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, oh my goodness, if he wins this, he's gonna be Finals MVP, and I'm gonna go crazy. And my partner Mo is gonna be so mad at me because he can't stand Draymond, but I don't care. But now after all these antics, man, I'm like, now these situations, man, I'm like, just play basketball.
All right, well, let me ask you this question then.
I'm like Nick though. I don't kind of blame him for these last 2. Like you need an enforcer. Like the game is just too soft now, man.
Really
like
soft.
The enforcers of the game is just it's non-existent. You don't have enforcers no more, so you don't have guys. That's why you seen the Indiana Pacers go get James Johnson after their little situation with Giannis. Like you need a guy on your team that's gonna throw them hands when it's time to throw them hands. So I'm not really mad.
Granted.
Very true. Yeah,
I
you
think
need
my
really
you
mad
need you need you
at
need a
these
Charles
last two
Oakley.
situations.
You need a Charles Oakley. You need a Bill Lambier.
Yeah.
You need
You
a
need the Morris twins.
you
You
need
need
something
those
like
guys.
that.
You need people like that.
You
And I
know,
think my thing is this: Draymond tries to make it look accidental,
well, we know it's
where it's
not.
like
Exactly.
if you
That's
just
the
gonna
issue.
go ahead and do it, go ahead and
Just
do
do
it.
it. Own up to
You're
it.
gonna get the same take, you're gonna get the same ejection. Stop trying to make it flout. Like it just looks bad.
It does.
Like I don't mind the choke. I mean, that was like I don't mind the choke because that was all intentional. I'm not trying to make it look like nothing else but me choking this man out. But as far as the slap or whatever, the kicking in the groins and stuff like that. Oh, I'm trying to get up, but I'm keep stepping over. I'm like, if you gonna go and do it, go and do it.
All right, I got you. Quick. We got 1 minute left. 1 minute left, fellas. If Draymond Green is traded from Golden State, where do you want to see him?
Retirement.
Wow, retirement already. Wow.
His production is not something that I'm like, wow, we need him on a team.
What is this? His 10th season in the league? When was he drafted? 2013?
Yeah,
when was he
that's what I'm
drafted?
saying.
2012,
Like,
2013.
it's just time to wrap it on up, bro.
Nah,
But like I said earlier, like those vets or people with experience, especially championship experience, they're still valuable to a team, even if he's on the bench.
exactly.
Put him on the Wizards.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in Miami.
Some guidance.
I wouldn't mind seeing him in Miami. He's perfect.
I think
for the
that
Heat
would be
culture.
a good fit for Miami.
Heat culture, he perfect. Perfect for
Yeah.
Heat culture. You know, come on now.
Take Bam on his wing, kind of like,
Mhm.
all right, man, this is what you need to do. Make sure you do this. Give him a chewing out like PJ Tucker be giving some of his teammates, like, and it helps.
Yeah, very true.
It helps.
They got Udonis Haslam for that.
Man, Udonis Haslam is retired and he in the studio. He's stealing money.
For the team.
He's stealing money. He's
He
stealing
does
money.
work for the team.
He's stealing money.
Working for the team.
Hey, man, that man.
He don't got the IQ though. Like he got vet experience, but he don't got Draymond IQ. So
let me clarify. He's not stealing money, but he getting that TV money. In the words of Charles Barkley, we stealing money on TV because we don't do nothing. This ain't no job. That's what Charles Barkley be saying. Shout out to Chuck. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we got through the first half, man. That's awesome, man. Fellas, how y'all feeling?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How you, DJ?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. I'm out of my league, but man, I'm just happy to be here, man.
That's what's up.
Happy to be here.
Man, we here. Ladies and gentlemen, you already know, man. We got to take a break. We got to go and let's head to probably the most important part of the show because it breaks us, gives us a chance to talk about some other stuff. Let's go ahead and we're going to head into halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
Yawn out your seats. It's halftime.
Oh boy, we are in halftime, ladies and gentlemen. And normally at this point of the show, we do an ad roll because for Holleywood Media. But guess what? He here, and he brought a video. So you know what, y'all, take a look at the video. This is Holleywood Media's promo. Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Holleywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Holleywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Holleywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Holleywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that is Hollywwood Media, man. That is what's up. That man over there crying. That man over there crying to the. That man Marcus is crying to the media roll. What is going on with that, man? DJ, go ahead. Tell him, man. Tell the people where they can get you, where they can holler at you. Tell them what you do, what you can do for them, boss. Go ahead.
Man, you know, you can follow me at Hollywood_media on most platforms. Holleywood Media with 2 A's on Facebook. Like, hey, I'm a Swiss Army knife. If you want it, I got it. If I don't got it, I'm gonna go get it. So get it
Oh
like the
man.
getting is good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
So
man. He said he take pictures and cut the grass, ladies and gentlemen.
we ain't gonna go that deep into it. We ain't gonna go that deep into it. But I find myself very diverse in this space. I got into it really to kind of capture moments. I really saw it once I got married. And also looking back on events and sports from my years or whatever. I love going back and looking at them, and I just wanted to capture those moments for other people so they can cherish for the rest of their lives. So yeah, I love to be able to serve whoever needs it.
That's what's up,
Oh
man.
man. So DJ. So you saying the picture of me from your wedding inspired all this, man? Thank you.
Wow, this man made it about him. Wow.
Nah, I was just talking.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man.
Hold on, let me say this too.
Go
Marcus
ahead.
was the best man to ever grace a groom's side.
Oh man.
I'm talking
I
about
appreciate
running
that.
gun the whole weekend, doing stuff I've been asking to do. That's my dog, man, bro.
I ain't gonna take all the credit, man. Shout out Tez, man. Tez helped me along the way.
I had a
bro.
tag
Shout out
team.
Tez.
I had a tag team.
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out Tez, man. Big dog. If you watched it, Tez, big dog.
That's what's
I
up.
show it to him.
That's what's
I
up, man.
got a question for halftime though. If
Go
I
ahead.
can be able to get to
Go
it.
ahead.
I recall one of the earlier episodes that you all kind of named like your top teammate, and over the past couple months, I ain't gonna mention me. Pee Wee, that don't count. Even though I was him, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. So as far as like Facebook, no, I ain't. This ain't about me. This ain't about me. So on Facebook, this post kept getting reshared as far as like who was like the top 5 players from your high school.
Okay.
Right. So you all kind of picked your top 1. We want to do just players from high school because you can't give everybody credit that came before you that you didn't really see. But who was your top 5 teammates?
Top 5 teammates in high school.
In high school.
Okay, just so y'all know, DJ went to Auburn High. Me and Marcus went to BTW. It was literally like 20 minutes away from each other.
Right up the road.
But they like a
could have went to BTW.
He could have. He could have. But it's like it was a whole bigger school. It was like at the time Alabama only had 6A. But it was a 6A school. We was a 5A school.
Y'all were 5A?
Yeah, we was 5A.
Yeah, we were 5A. We
5A.
played y'all twice though.
We was in the toughest region in 5A. We was in the region with Valley, Eufaula, Charles Henderson. We was in that region. Rehoboth. Who else was in that region? Tallahassee was in that region. Carroll Ozark. Yeah, we was all in that region.
Y'all had the talent that they had, but y'all just.
I'm gonna let Marcus. I'm gonna let Marcus tell you exactly why, because Marcus has a very strong opinion about why we didn't win as much as we did. Marcus, why we didn't win as much as we did?
Coaching.
I was gonna say coaching. I was just gonna say coaching
and discipline. You know, I'm gonna stand on what we. Hey, any of my coaches watching this? Yes, especially you, Coach AJ.
Oh my God, he done called out names. Lord have mercy.
Hey, might have
I ain't say
Why
nothing.
keep biting our tongue on?
I ain't say nothing.
Like, I was talking about.
I think OJ was a great coach. I think he was a great coach. He did a lot for us.
It is what it is.
I was talking to my cousin Brian the other day when I had some. I'm like, y'all had all the talent. If y'all would have had the coaching, it would have been a totally different story.
It's very true. I agree with you that.
Y'all also could have been better too if Nick would still play center, but the O lineman always got dreams of I want to play linebacker.
But I was a great linebacker.
Hey, that guy was before he got hurt again.
Before I got hurt again, I was pretty decent. I was pretty decent.
He was a good linebacker. But
I got hurt
again. He was a great center though.
I was a great center too.
I don't know who y'all center was.
Jay Hawk was the center. Jay Hawk was the
really?
center. Yeah, Jay Hawk was there. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty decent linebacker until I got hurt again.
My dad was the Pee Wee coach, but he praised Nick more than me.
I was like, what? How? I was like, what did I do? I was like, I just hiked the ball. There you go. This is it.
No. Well, all the O linemen, like he made the O lineman feel so special.
You know what? He would be a great
man.
He'll be a great coach.
He did.
He'll be a great recruiter for O linemen. That's what I'm telling you. But nah, top five high school teammates because we got to get up out of here in a little bit. I know I'm gonna start from 5 and I'm gonna go up. Number
ranking them.
Yeah, I'm gonna do as best as I can on the spot. I'm gonna go from 5 up. Number 5, I'm gonna go Carlos Dennis.
That's a name.
Carlos Dennis. He was a senior my freshman year. He played tight
He
end.
sound familiar, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Jaquin Dennis' brother. I'm gonna go Carlos Dennis because he was a prototypical linebacker. I'm gonna go number 4, Jameer Smith.
He hitting you with the woo woops.
Yeah. Number 3, I'm gonna go just because, and I'm gonna say this name. A lot of people may not think this, but his last 2 seasons of high school, he could have been like all state. Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams could have been all state his last 2 years, especially his senior.
What year you graduated?
He graduated in 2010. Brandon Williams, he got really good all of a sudden.
What position he played?
Played everything.
Really?
Everything.
What number was he?
He was 9. I think he ended up being 9 his last 2 seasons.
Okay.
Number 2, Quay Cox. And number 1, Luther Snipes. I gotta go number 1. Luther gotta be the best athlete I've ever seen play.
Or was he Michael Jackson? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, which one was it? Marcus called him Prince, and he called Quay Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
That's what he called him. I'm going. Yeah, I gotta go Luther 1, man. Luther's the best athlete I ever seen. I gotta go with him. Marcus, who you got?
All right, my 5. Nick Frazier will be 5. Nah,
Yeah, don't put me in that because I was hurt. Don't put me in the. People gonna be like, "What? Nick Frazier? What? Nah, he was hurt all the time."
5 for me. I'm gonna have to go. My senior class, I'm gonna have to go. Beth would be 5 for me.
He would be number 6 on my list.
Yeah, So that mean I'm 7 on your list, then, Nick, huh?
Yeah, you top 10. No, real top. You top 10. Top 10. You top 10 for real. Top 10.
But so I go Bell 5. 4 would be Jameer Smith.
Mm-hmm.
3 would be Travis Moore. No, I'll take that back. 3 would be Brian Perry.
We didn't play with Brian Perry.
Yes,
we did play with Brian Perry. Yeah, we did. You right. You did. You right. Senior year. Yeah, you right. We did play with Brian Perry. You right.
3 would be Brian Perry. 2 would be Luther Snipes, and number 1 would be Quay Cox.
See, we just swapped number 1 and number 2. That's it. Yeah, I gotta go Luther number 1, bro. Luther gotta be number 1, man. Gotta be. How you?
Luke the boot. If I put Luther at number 1, that's because he did. Like he was the punter, the kicker, the quarterback, the water boy, the tire boy.
The water boy.
He was my Cameron Looper.
That is a great analogy. That is a great analogy.
Hey, if you pay attention to the game, he was even coaching the band at halftime.
That's funny, but that Cameron Looper, Luther Snipes comparison, that's the great analogy right there. That's a great analogy.
Yeah, Cameron Looper can't line up at DB and lock the best receiver on your team down. He ain't gonna even do that right now.
He can and he did.
Ooh, he said he can and he did.
That same year, that boy was playing. He was the starting quarterback. He started at corner. He punted. He returned kicks. He returned punt in playoff games.
Hey, I ain't see it. As you left, I stopped paying attention to Auburn, bro. I stopped paying attention to Auburn football.
His senior year, they started putting that boy at corner. I'm like, oh yeah, he can do it all.
Where he end up going? Did he end up going to
TCU?
Yeah, but then he transferred back out.
He transferred.
How many times?
How many times?
That boy running around here
right.
Hey, he was transferring before the transfer portal was a thing.
He went to Arkansas State.
Arkansas State, yeah, that's where I remember him at.
He went to Western Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. And he playing in the USFL now?
Yeah, he is.
That's what I thought.
He was with the I can't remember.
New Jersey Generals, I think.
Yeah, he New Jersey General, but he just signed to another team.
Got you. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that was a great halftime going down memory lane. Y'all already know, man. We got to go ahead. You heard the crowd noise. Team's back on the field. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead. We're going to head to the third quarter.
We've now entered the third quarter.
We back. go ahead and get this second half started, man. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. We in the third quarter, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Which teams do y'all think are the biggest threat going down the stretch into the NFL playoffs? We kind of touched on it earlier, but I kind of want to hear what y'all thinking. Let's get a little bit more in depth with it. What teams y'all got that's a threat? Let's go with eeny, meeny, miny, Mo. Marcus, go first.
All right. The biggest threat down the stretch, I'm going to start with the AFC.
Okay.
The AFC, the biggest threat to me is those darn Buffalo Bills.
Oh, my God. But
If you let them in, they going to be a problem.
No, they're not. But okay.
All right. That's the haterade that you be seeing.
It's not, though.
But
why I gotta
biggest
hate?
threat
My
in the
team ain't
AFC,
even
I
a
would
my team
say
ain't even
Buffalo
my team ain't
Bills.
even a threat. I don't even know why I gotta hate. My team ain't even a threat.
If they click, I feel like Buffalo is the biggest threat. Josh Allen has playoff experience. If they can keep the pieces that they got healthy, they will be a problem in the AFC.
Yeah, that's the
NFC.
thing. They can't be healthy. Yeah, can't stay healthy.
NFC. My biggest threat, and I gotta shout out Nick
Thank you so
because
much.
Nick said this beginning of the year.
I did.
I'm gonna say the Detroit Lions in the NFC, man. You play with them, Jared Goff will burn you.
I told you.
That Brown boy will burn you. That running back from Alabama, who I didn't think that highly of at Alabama, will burn you. To me, if they would have kept DeAndre Swift, they would have really been a problem offensively. But yes, I think Detroit is the team to pay attention to in the NFC.
All right. DJ, who you got?
Let's see. I'm gonna start with the AFC, and I'm gonna give kudos to Nick. I guess that's the trend this episode. But those Kansas City Chiefs, you better knock them out before they figure it out. Because at the end of the day, the way they struggling, but still finding a way to be right now with third.
Yes, in the AFC.
So as bad as they're playing, and that everyone thinks they're playing, still be ranked third, and only figuring themselves out more and more each week. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a chokehold around the Chiefs right now.
Tell
you
them.
better start squeezing for dear life.
Tell them.
Because the Chiefs are gonna rise. Like you remember when in wrestling, if like somebody's like got the sleeper hold on like the Rock or whatever, and it looks like they almost out, but for some reason
his arm stays up. Yeah.
his arm stays up, he powers up, and then starts going crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't get a hold on the Chiefs, they're gonna start rock bottoming and people elbowing people left and right all the way to the Super Bowl. So you better be on the lookout for that. I would say too, as far as the NFC, those 49ers. Those 49ers are a problem. Not just their offense, which a lot of people talk about, but their defense is actually good, better than advertised. And I looked up this stat while I was leaving work today. Do you know that the Niners have more interceptions than they've allowed passing touchdowns?
Wow, I did not know that.
That is crazy. I think they got 19
that.
picks. If I didn't look at it wrong, I think I saw they had 19 picks and has allowed 15 passing touchdowns.
Oh wow.
And that just plays to the strengths of the 49ers because that pretty much keeps their offense on the field. So and with that offense on the field and with the coach's mindset, Kyle Shanahan, it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Okay. Fellas, I'm gonna go in a different direction. We're going in a different direction, guys. In the AFC, I'm gonna start in the AFC first. And I think the team to watch in the AFC is a team we have not spoken about because I kind of put them in I don't want to say I put them in the category of the Chiefs because I think the Chiefs are the best team in the NFL with the best quarterback and the best tight end.
I know who you're about to say. Go ahead.
Going with the Cleveland Browns.
Did not
What?
think that.
Going with the Cleveland
Did
Browns.
not think that.
That went left.
Way left. I thought he was going to say
way left. Hold up, time out.
I thought he was going to say the Texans.
Nah, I'm not going with the Texans.
In Cleveland.
Going with Joe Flacco in Cleveland. Joe Flacco, old self, sold me some this past weekend, and I'm like, it's something about veteran leadership.
The same.
Didn't they beat the Bears?
They beat the Bears. They beat the
By
Bears.
3 points?
They did. They
okay.
did.
Oh.
They did. But it showed me something, though. It showed me something. This is what it showed me. Joe Flacco hasn't played football in, 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
With Myles Garrett and that defense can keep them in games. Myles Garrett can keep them in games. I'm not even going to say the defense. I'm going to say Myles Garrett can keep them in games.
Kind of.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I know people are going to be like,
great
Nick.
all-around defense.
They're going to be like, Nick, what you talking about? Something in my spirit. I think the Browns are going to make some noise.
I think they get a game.
I think that's what I'm saying. They're going to make some noise. They're going to get past the divisional round.
I think if they get the Jaguars again, it's going to be a problem for the Jaguars.
I think the Browns make some noise.
I'll say this too. Just from experience, regular season playing under regular season lights is a lot different from playoff lights. If you haven't been in that atmosphere, that situation before, because in the back of your mind, you always thinking, okay, this is a playoff game. If we lose, we're going home. And especially as deeper and deeper that you get, the brighter those lights are.
Very true.
And I think those lights will be too bright for a team like the Browns.
I'm not saying they're gonna make it to the AFC Championship game. I'm not saying that. I still think the AFC Championship game is gonna be between the Dolphins and the Chiefs. That's who I think the AFC Championship game is gonna be between. I think the Browns show you something with a veteran quarterback like Joe Flacco. Even though Joe Flacco, this is debatable, but it is a fact. He is a Super Bowl MVP. I mean, you got to get a man.
Say now,
yeah,
you called him Andy Dalton.
You know, did I say that? I called him Andy Dalton.
Before we started this podcast, man, you had our first ever off-screen debate.
I called Joe Flacco Andy Dalton. I surely did. I surely did. And you know what? Andy Dalton won in Cincinnati. He won in Cincinnati. But
Andy Dalton.
I did. He won in Cincinnati, though. I'm interested to see what the Browns do because I'm kind of interested because right now, the way the playoff picture sits in the AFC, you got the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Jaguars. Well, you got a three-way tie in the South, in the AFC South, and the Chiefs. But as of right now, the Browns have a 9-5 record over the 8-6 teams that are in the AFC South. So you kind of, if the Browns win out, they got a spot. I'm interested to see what the Browns do. I am interested in what they do in that wild card weekend. And if they do, it depends on who they would play in the AFC South. Now, if the Texans come, that's going to be a tough game. I mean, we speculate now, but I think the Browns have a chance. Now in the NFC, I picked these guys at the beginning of the season, and I told y'all the Detroit Lions was going to be my Super Bowl dark horse. I told y'all that. And I think the Detroit Lions, I'm going to go out on the limb right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say it. The Detroit Lions will be playing in the NFC Championship game.
That ain't so much of a stretch.
That is a stretch because you got the Cowboys.
That's kind of a stretch.
Especially how the seeding, depending on how the seeding stands out. If the Cowboys get a seed to where they can get more than one game at home, the Cowboys will win. They're gonna win some games. They can't win on the road. Yeah. They can't win on the road. But if they get, if they can get 2 games, them first 2 games at home, the Cowboys gonna win on first 2 games. But if they get them first 2 games on the road, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose one of them games. I don't trust the Eagles right now. I think the Eagles have problems on defense, especially in the secondary. I think Jalen Hurts, I said this last week, is hurt. And I think he's actually trying to play through an injury. I don't see it happening right now. And the only other team that I see being a threat right now, and they are clicking at the right moment, because when it also comes down to chance as well. The 49ers are clicking at the right moment.
Told y'all.
And they hot at the right moment. And with them being hot going into the playoffs, that is going to that means something. So I believe, as it sits right now, the Detroit Lions will be playing the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. I put it out there. Y'all can say what y'all want, but that's what I believe right now.
Let it manifest it, Nick. Manifest it.
I said at the beginning of the season it was a dark horse, but we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. Fellas, anything else before we get up out of here? Because I think this next topic in the fourth quarter is gonna be an interesting topic. Anything else y'all want to talk about that before we get up out of here?
Them Colts may make some noise too.
The Colts.
Gardner. They might. They might. I don't know. I have faith in them. Not great faith.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Y'all got to move out the way so we can get in. So let's go ahead and get y'all out the way.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and move y'all on out the way. Y'all go ahead and become who we thought y'all were. Y'all let's drop these games.
Okay. All right.
Buffalo can go on, scroll on it now.
All right. I got you. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we have made it to the 3 quarters, and it's time for us to get to that fourth quarter, because you know what? We ready. We ready. We ready.
Yeah.
For y'all.
We have now arrived at the fourth quarter.
Man, we are in the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We thank y'all so much for rocking with the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. I got DJ on here. Holleywood Media is in the building. He's been sitting with us the whole show. A lot of controversy has come out of the college football playoff past couple of weeks. Florida State being left out after being an undefeated Power 5 conference champion. Alabama, 1-loss conference champion in the SEC, jumping to ACC. And it sparked a lot of debate. So we decided we're going to take matters into our own hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask ourselves these questions here. If we were in charge of the college football playoff, how would we, as the commissioner of college football, the college football playoff system, structure it? I'm interested to hear what DJ got to say. So DJ, tell us what you got. How would you structure this system? This may be a lengthy debate, but it might be needed. Maybe they may listen to us and they may implement it. But DJ, what you got?
First, let me speak on the shame that they committed did against Florida State. Now, do I think they better than Bama or Texas? I do not by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay.
But you led them to believe that if they did what they were if they continued to do what they were doing, that they were going to be in. Only to change the rules for their benefit, right? I think either on here or Auburn Addict Show said that they're taking the play away from the field.
That was Auburn Addicts. That was DC.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. Like, you changed the rules at the very end for your benefit. That's just like if you play spades. Let's say we playing spades, right? Sit down on the table. What's the first thing you ask? What's the rules? Okay, we say we playing straight up joker, ace. Deuces are not wild, right? You play 4 or 5 hands down the road. You get to the last card of the hand, and you have a spade, and no one else has a spade, and you need this book before you get shot. But you got it because you got a spade, and nobody else has spade, right? You throw the card down. Okay, give me my book. But the opposing team throws down a 2 of diamonds and say, actually, we're playing deuces wild this game. At the very end of the game, and you get shot. How am I supposed to take that?
Oh,
right. You're not supposed to. I know I wouldn't take it.
Not at all.
But Florida State didn't have any choice, and Florida State got shot.
Oh, they did.
That's the same. Florida State got shot. because the committee reneged.
Well, the thing about it is, and,
That's all
and
that
DJ,
happened.
and DJ, I don't disagree with nothing you saying. But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, college football is a business. And Prime said it better. Prime said it best himself. You can't see a playoffs without an Alabama or Georgia or SEC team being in the playoffs because it wouldn't be a playoff. Because at the end of the day, it's a business. Because even though we all agree, Florida State did everything they were supposed to do to get into it.
They did.
But what's gonna sell? At the end of the day, what tickets gonna sell? Do you want to see Florida State with their third string quarterback against Michigan, or you want to see Bama against Michigan?
But that's not
What you gonna pay for?
Listen. And I said this on Auburn Addicts. I said that's just like saying Patrick Mahomes had an ankle injury and he beat the Bengals, but now he can't play in the Super Bowl. Now we're gonna call the Bengals and be like, hey, y'all want to come and play in the Super Bowl because the star quarterback ain't gonna be able to play? They didn't win the game.
My thing is this.
Come on, man.
They knew that this was a possibility going into championship weekend, so they should have pretty much set themselves up to kind of mask this better with, putting Florida State down as like a 5th, 6th seed and calling it strength of schedule before this even, ever transpired. Now, I ask this. Well, I got a question I want to ask later, but you do that as a safety net because in the back of everybody's mind, they knew that there was a possibility of Alabama beating Georgia.
Of course, yeah.
So if I was seeing that as a committee going into week 14, 15, I mean, however many games they played, when I saw Florida State struggle with Florida, go ahead and bump them down and be like, okay, it's the strength of schedule because Texas and Alabama schedule is far stronger.
I would have to disagree with that because Florida State beat 2 Power 5 opponents on neutral site fields, not at home. Well, not neutral site field. They beat LSU on a neutral site, and they beat Florida in Florida. They beat 2 SEC teams away from Doak Campbell Stadium. So I wouldn't say strength of schedule. Now if they really wanted to make it a situation where they could have justified not putting them in the playoff, you could have looked at the standard bearer of the ACC the past couple of seasons, Clemson, and said, well, Clemson is weak. And they beat a weak Clemson team this year. And this is not what a normal Clemson team would look like. And they struggled with middle of the pack SEC teams this year. Well, I don't know if you would call Florida a middle of the pack SEC team, but
I would say middle of the pack more.
This past season, well, they won 6 games. They bowl eligible. It is what it is. No, are they bowl?
But they had a losing record.
But they had a losing record. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they had a
That's
losing
right.
record. So it's like how much validity do you gain by
but see that also, but if you do that, that brings into the fact of how strong is the SEC. Then you bring it to the fact of, is Alabama justified jumping over Florida State in that situation? Because if you want to justify Alabama and Georgia, and I think we had this conversation on Auburn Addicts show, I said in the past 10 years of the college football playoff, and I'm not mentioning 2013 because 2013 was the last season of the BCS. But in the past 10 years of the college football, 9 years of the college football playoff, there have been 3 SEC teams that have made the Final Four. Alabama, Georgia, and LSU one time. The other 2 teams have made it multiple times. So how strong really, top to bottom, is the SEC? And we all SEC fans on this podcast right now. But you have to bolster up other SEC schools to make it seem as if the SEC this year was stronger than what it actually was. Because I honestly believe this was a down year for the SEC. I honestly believe this was a down year. But go ahead.
So Nick, to counteract your argument about Florida State, if I was Florida State, if you want to point out that Clemson was a sorry team and they struggled with Clemson and they beat Clemson, you can point out Washington struggled with Washington State.
Mm-hmm.
You can point out they
rivalry game.
Also, Arizona State.
Yeah, you got a point
You
there.
could also, huh?
No, you got a point
They
there.
struggle with Stafford,
Stanford was
and they struggle with Utah.
but see, this is the thing though about the Pac-12. The Pac-12 has always sucked. Nobody's sitting here saying
That's the
nobody
point I'm making.
nobody
That's
is sitting
the
here
point I'm making.
saying nobody's sitting here saying the Pac-12 has been great. And I can even sit here and say, has the ACC been that great as well that well the past couple of years either, because Clemson has been the standard bearer of that conference. But I do think if we are comparing the conferences this year, you've had way more great games in the Pac-12 than you had in the SEC in the ACC.
Definitely, granted.
So
Is it because we've been paying more attention because of Prime been in the Pac-12?
I think that has something to do with it. I'm not gonna sit here and say that
I'm
has
guilty.
nothing
I
to do
haven't
with
been
it.
watching ACC teams all year.
Exactly.
So, you know.
And I think nobody. The only the games that have been interesting. Of course, you watch Florida State Clemson because Florida State Clemson. You watch Duke beat Clemson.
Yeah, I just saying Duke.
And I think it was the Duke North Carolina game. Other than that, you weren't watching nobody else in the ACC.
I agree.
But in the Pac-12, you was watching Oregon, you was watching Washington, you was watching Colorado, even though they were losing. You was watching Arizona because Arizona got hot at the end of the season. I mean, you was watching Oregon State because DJ Uiagalelei was balling at Oregon State as well. So you were watching these teams. And then, of course, with what happened before the season actually started with the ACC dismembering before our eyes, that made it even better because this is the last hoorah for the Pac-12. So you want to see what happens before these teams branch off between the Big 10 and between whatever they're going to be, the Big 18 and whatever the Big 16 and the Big 12, former Big 12, whatever it is. But yeah, no, I think that has something to do with it. I think Prime has something to do with it, and I think what happened before the season even started has something to do with it. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, man. Florida State should have got into the playoff. They was an undefeated Power 5 conference champion. Should have gotten in. Should have been played on the field. College football, as DC from Auburn Addict said, it's the only sport to where it's not decided on the field. The game is not decided on the field. But if I had to structure this system, I think the 16-team playoff, I think the playoff needs to go to 16 teams, in my personal opinion. I was never a fan of 4 because it just didn't seem right. But I honestly believe it should go to, with the way college football is set up and it not being governed by the NCAA, it's really being governed by this board of 13 people in the college football playoff. College football should just break away and just become their own organization. Let's get a CBA going. Let's get some people to represent those guys, and let's get a revenue share. Because we can get into this NIL because we talked about it on the NIL. We talked about it in the NIL a little bit, but I think NIL is just a taste of what these athletes could get. If they literally did a revenue share with these schools, you would literally be seeing NFL style contracts with college football players. The SEC, $7 billion contract over the next 7 years. That's roughly about $63 million a year going to the schools, not counting what each athletic department has made. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Auburn's athletic department made right at $100 million this year. So you talking about $162 million if going in that they can literally negotiate with players if they do revenue sharing. NIL ain't nothing compared to what revenue sharing is. But no, I think college football should break away. Group of 5 schools have their commissioner. Power 4 now have their commissioner, and they play for the national championship in each of those leagues. That's how I see it. But as a happy medium, I think the playoffs should go to 16 teams instead of 12. Is my personal opinion. What you got, DJ?
So with that system, will there be a bye, or will everybody?
It would have to be.
A bye?
It would have to be.
Yeah. So the top 4.
Yeah. It would have to be.
Get a bye. I see that. Because I think that's how Division 2, I think, is set up. Where it's just a fair shot. May the best team win on any night. So
but Division 2 is Division 2 is the Division 2 championship is governed by the NCAA. But Power Five, Group of Five schools are not when it comes to that. And I said this before. If it was, it would be the NCAA championship trophy that's given to the school. Instead, it's the college football playoff committee championship trophy that's given to the schools. Before that, it was the BCS Bowl Championship Series trophy. But yeah, man.
But I agree with that structure. Though. I agree with it.
So yeah, I think it should. The best place to be right now. I know we're going to 12, but it should go to 16 in my personal opinion. First 4 get a bye. And then if you just want to put the Group of Fives in, like of course we got Liberty playing Oregon. Give 2 of the conferences, 3 of the conferences, 3 or 4 of the conferences in the Group of 5. A automatic bid to the playoff and let them duke it out. Let them see if they can hang with the Power Fives. Let them see if they can hang with Alabama or Georgia and see what happens.
There's a Cinderella story out there.
You know what I'm saying? See if it can happen. We want fairness and equity. Let's happen. Let's see it happen. Give 4 automatic qualifiers to the Group of 5 schools. So the Sun Belt, the MAC, the AAC, the Mountain West, and the MAC and the what I said, the MAC. Yeah, that conference USA. Excuse me. One of them would get all 4 of them out of them 5. 4 of them will get an automatic bid, and the other 8 go to the Power 5. Go to the Power 5. So that's how I see it being. Move it to 16 teams. What y'all think?
I agree. I was gonna say 16 teams as well.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Well, College Football Committee, if you heard that, we know you're not going to take it into consideration because we just a bunch of 4-6 boys just up here giving our perspective on sports.
We the people.
Yeah, we the people. That's it. Just a bunch of 4-6 boys giving our perspective on sports, and we know y'all not listening, but listen to the people. The people want it. The people, in the words of The Rock, you listen to the people. Ladies and gentlemen, man, that's the end of the game, man. That's it. We ended the 4th quarter, fellas. How y'all feel? How y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like y'all comfortable? Do y'all feel like y'all got everything out?
I feel good, man. Feel great. I got a question in the post game, but we'll try to quick answers or whatever and try to see what y'all thoughts on it might be.
Well, let us go to the post game.
It's time to shut down in the post game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we in the post game right now. And we're going to pick some games, but DJ has a question that he wants to ask.
As an overtime to that last quarter we just got out of, and as I was thinking about it, what would you all have done if Oregon had beat Washington? If everything panned out the same way, everything panned out the way it did, Alabama beating Georgia, and on down the line, and Oregon beat Washington in the championship, who would have your top 4 teams be?
Michigan 1.
Granted.
Florida State 2.
Mm-hmm.
Texas 3, because Texas has the tiebreaker with Alabama. And this is where the controversy would come in at. Who would get the 4th spot? Would you give it to Alabama or would you give it to Oregon?
Oregon.
That's where the controversy would come in at. And I'll say this. I'll say this right here. This is what I'll say. Not an Alabama fan at all. Nowhere near. But if Alabama would have jumped Oregon in that particular situation, I would not have been upset. I wouldn't have been upset. But if Oregon would have gotten in, I still would not have been upset. I think that would have changed the Heisman Trophy voting. I think Bo Nix would have won the Heisman Trophy if that would have happened. But
man,
I don't know, man. I would have put. Yeah, it would have been Michigan, Florida State, Texas, and
Alabama.
And yeah, I probably would have put. I probably would have put Alabama in because they had a loss to Texas, who's the number 3 team. I probably would have put Alabama in. That would have been my 4.
Granted. What you thinking, Mark?
Are we going Are we doing our personal picks or what the committee would have picked?
No, what you would have done.
If you were like the committee chair, head committee chair, and like, all right, Marcus, it's up to you. What would you do?
Michigan, Florida State, Texas, Oregon.
Oh, so you would have picked Oregon over Alabama.
Yeah.
See, that's where the controversy would have come in at. Who would have been number 4? Mm-hmm. But I still believe that the committee would have found some kind of way to keep Florida State out.
Because
based on what just happened.
To me, I'll give Oregon the nod over Bama because, like me and Nick said, they have been the most impressive team up until that game. And I expected them to get their lick back from Washington.
I did too.
Short.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. And plus, both games that they had with Washington, you could go either way. Both games they had with Washington, it was a 3-point win for Washington, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Alabama got beat by Texas by 10. I mean, you can take that into consideration. But, I mean, you probably would have looked at...
Take into account, Oregon been blowing all their opponents out outside of Washington. They've been blowing them out the water.
That's true, but the thought process that would have came in at that time is, well, Alabama's not the same team that they were at that time. You would have heard a bunch of that. And I would have been like, okay, Oregon.
That's why if it's my decision, that's why I asked. If it's the committee decision, you got to have an SEC team as a committee.
But technically, you got a pseudo SEC team in there in Texas. I mean,
they don't count for this.
It don't.
It don't.
But when the Big 12 commission is being booed by Texas fans at the Big 12 championship game, and they chanting that, they might as well be. That is what it is.
I'm surprised y'all went side Florida State like the committee.
Nah, let them.
They deserve to get in.
They deserve to get in. Undefeated champion.
They deserve to get in. I don't care if you're playing with your first, second, third, fourth wide receiver. You know
they deserve to get in.
I feel like if they permitted Ohio State with Cordell Jones to get in, why not Florida State?
Exactly, I agree. And they were down. They were down 2. They were down 2 quarterbacks.
It has happened.
So I don't know. Man, ladies and gentlemen, man, that was a little bit of overtime for y'all, man. So we are in these game picks, man, and it's getting kind of interesting with these game picks, man. I told y'all when we went to these 5 games, it was gonna flip the board, and it has flipped the board. People that were up there aren't up there no more. People still holding on to some leads, but I mean, as it sits right now for the fellas in the contest, Kyle sitting at 21-3. Travell is, 21-13. Excuse me. Good God, what is it? 21-13.
21-3. That boy bunking.
21-13. Travell is at 21-13. Brian is at 22-12. DJ is at 22-12 as well. And Uncle Willie still sitting in the lead, 25-9. So got a 3-game lead on y'all guys. That's all I'm gonna say. What's gonna happen? What is going to happen?
Let me give a message to the people. Don't try to chase other people's accomplishments, because I was good where I was, but until Nick started giving out what people's records was, and I was behind Kyle 2 games, I went back. I don't know if you remember, Nick. I DM'd you, I texted you like twice and changed picks that I had already had because I was trying to chase an underdog win to catch up with Kyle.
Yeah.
And knowing that they weren't gonna win anyway. But I was just okay, let me try to get this underdog win.
See what happens.
Well, you gotta stay in your own lane.
Stay in
your own lane.
Stay in it. And as far as it goes to see who's going to get the water cooler dumped on their head, right now Marcus has a 4-game lead on me. Marcus is 61-44. I'm 57-48. But
don't just run over that.
But I did though. We still have 3 weeks left, so the board can flip. The board can still flip now. We got 3 weeks left. So
by the way, it has to be ice water.
Yeah, it gotta be ice water.
Not just okay. I put ice in there. I put the water in, and the ice kind of dissolve. No, we still have to see ice. So if you gotta put more ice in there,
this is whack.
In order for there to be ice,
this is gotta do. This is what this is. But I'm not gonna get dumped on my head because I'm gonna win some games. It is what it is.
Okay.
So we got a good slate of games this week. I'm gonna try to get some separation between me and Marcus and see what happens because I've already got my picks. I don't know if I'm gonna change them or not, but I already got my picks. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started, man. First game we got is the Commanders at the Jets. And this is surprising because they got the Jets at -3 at this game. Marcus, who you got?
Give me the Commanders, man. Give me the Commanders.
Nick, you do this. Nick, you do this every episode.
Every episode,
Every
I
episode.
don't pay attention to football on Sunday.
Jesus
Nick, you
I
go
ain't trying to make a dummy pick.
How about that, Nick? You
Them
go
boys
first.
just put up a goose egg.
You know what?
man.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
first,
I'm
man.
gonna go first.
So the people
Yeah, man.
think
I'm picking
you,
the Commanders too, man.
People, yeah,
I'm picking the Commanders too. DJ, who you got?
DJ?
I got the Commanders.
All right.
I had a couple question marks next to them, but I rolled on the Commanders. I'm taking the Commanders.
All right, here we go, man. We got the Brown. That's it. Next game, we got the Browns at the Texans, and I'm going first. I'm picking the Browns to win this game.
I know you split. I know you kind of split, Mark, over there, because you've been riding with them. You done had that Browns ticket in your wallet for a long time.
And I've been betting against Houston, and they've been coming back to bite me every time on here and in on parlay boards. TJ Stroud got hurt last week. I'm gonna go Browns, man.
God, to be more, man. Pick somebody.
I'm gonna go Browns, man. Just cause.
All right, DJ, who you got?
Give me the Texans.
Okay, taking the Texans. Okay.
Give me the Texans.
All right, next game. Cardinals at the Bears, and the Bears are a 4.5-point favorite in this game, which is interesting to me. I'm going in this game. I'm actually going with the Bears to win.
I already knew he was gonna do that.
I'm going with the Bears to win. Marcus, who you got?
Give me the Bears, man.
God,
Just
to
chill,
be more.
man.
Stop, man. Why are you?
We probably gonna diff on these last two. These last two some real good ones.
DJ, who you got?
I got the Bears too, man. Just run the ball.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
It's plain and simple. The
I mean,
Cardinals
that's
drowning right now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
kind of get one. Just run the ball to the cows come home. Run the football. Shout out to Trevor.
Run the football.
Shout out to run the football.
What we gonna do, DJ?
We're gonna run the foot. I don't want to run the ball.
Put me in to run the ball, coach. Trey Smith, get in there.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's the inside of it. We had a childhood. We really had a childhood. We had a childhood.
Next game, ladies and gentlemen, Cowboys at the Dolphins, and this is basically a toss-up because the Dolphins are 1.5-point favorite. Oh, boy, this game is away, and I'm going to go with the Dolphins in this game.
All right. Give me them Cowboys then. I knew we were gonna differ sooner or later. Give me the Cowboys.
All right, I'll take that one, thank God. DJ, who you got?
I'm going with the Dolphins.
See, I'm telling you, bro.
Going with
Cowboys
the
can't win
Dolphins.
on the road for nothing in the world. That's
Yeah,
why. That's why I'm telling you, if they get a home game in the first two home games in the playoffs, they'll make some noise. But I don't know. All right,
that's the same way.
last game. Ravens at the 49ers, and the 49ers are a 5.5-point favorite in this game. This is actually going to be a really good game. This is really going to be a really good game.
Good game.
I'm going with, and this is the one I've been going back and forth on. I'm actually going to rock with the 49ers in this game.
Got to be both.
I'm rock with the 49ers in this game.
All right, man. If for you, Stella, I'm gonna be more, man. If for you, Stella, I'm going Baltimore in that game.
Doing it for wifey. But unlike you, Marcus, I'm gonna be smart in this situation. Just like I mentioned earlier, one of the top. They're probably not the top ranked offense, as far as like stats or whatever, but they're the top built offense. Defense allowing 16.7 points a game, second actually to the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
But the 49ers will give you 17 points before the Ravens do.
That is true.
And also, like I said, they play to their strengths. Coaching, different weapons and things like that. Even in Madden, Marcus, when we playing Madden and I need a win, who I'm picking?
49ers.
I'm picking the Niners
It ain't guaranteed, but you going for the Niners.
Yeah, it ain't guaranteed, but most time I'm going with the Niners. But give me the Ravens.
Oh,
I gotta keep a happy home.
He's picking the Ravens. I had wrote down the 49ers all that time. This man picking the Ravens. He is picking the Ravens. Okay, then.
I can't go against the Ravens live. I can't go against them.
I just want to say, boy, you sleeping on the couch today.
Hey, look, she would have heard me say the Niners from across the
house. Got your comforter and pillow already on the couch, waiting on you.
All right, then. That's what's up, then. He picking the Ravens. All right, then. That's what's up, ladies and gentlemen. You hear the picks. Fellas, make sure you get your picks in to us. We getting down to the stretch. 3 weeks left. $50 gift card on the line. Marcus, it's about that time. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to give out that award that everybody loves, but the person that gets it, they hate it.
Give it up for the Waterboy Award.
Gatorade. H2O.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Oh, Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Who are you giving this week's Waterboy Award to?
I came in this with one team, I would say, but as we've been doing this water cooler talk episode, some came across my news feed, and I got to speak on it as well. So the first person or the first team that I'm giving the Waterboy Award to is my favorite, Los Angeles Lakers. The reason why y'all get the Waterboy Award is because of that awkward banner hanging ceremony. Like, I didn't know how to feel. I was looking. I'm like, yay, no, yay, yay, why?
They didn't know how to feel.
Yay, would Kobe be happy? It's just a lot of things that ran through my mind, and I just, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, why are we hanging that banner? Or at least, put it somewhere else, away from the championship banner. But, put it in his own little section.
It's like small too. Like, it's kind of like small.
Yeah, it's an awkward little situation. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to my team, though. And the next person who gets this Waterboy Award. Mr. Jordan Poole.
Whoa, what happened? What happened?
I seen you, dog. I seen your highlights. You slipping on air. I don't know what's going on with you, man. You left Golden State and you losing everything, man. What's going on, man? Did Draymond hit you that hard that you just fall out every time you see the flow? It just he just pass out. And then he got the nerve to be arguing with his teammates on the sideline. Like, Jordan Poole, get your stuff together, bro. Because I don't know what's going on with you since you left Golden State. Maybe you not that guy. Maybe Draymond need to punch you again and get your jump shot back right or something.
Whoa.
Because y'all suffering down there in Washington.
Washington.
You and Cool need to get together and, talk about some things. But first, before you do that, as you get up off that slippery flow, come over here to the water cooler. And I got something for you, Nick. Go ahead and do my drop real quick.
Yeah, man. It was interesting. Yeah, I saw him slip and fall. Somebody said it was like the real life Mario brother.
Yeah, bro. Like,
he slipped and fell. I was like, wow.
He spent out.
But nah, it's the fact that he did it twice though, Nick. Like, first he came down, slipped the first time. Then he got a steal and slipped again.
Bruh, I don't know. This is
and Kevin Garnett has been on record as in saying that Jordan Poole doesn't belong in the NBA, man. So I'm shocked of what he doing down there, man. Is he really that bad?
I don't think he's that bad. I just think he got it.
He has the wrong role.
Yeah,
he's trying to play the wrong role. Like, he's trying to be the guy.
He's not.
Yeah, the guy.
He's not the guy.
He ain't that guy.
That's exactly
Jordan Poole is going to continue to be Jordan Poole until he becomes Jordan Poole.
So
I don't see him becoming Jordan Poole.
Exactly. That's it. He's not going to become Jordan Poole. So
I don't know who Jordan Poole is.
I think the Warriors hit his efficiencies a lot better than Washington did.
Oh God, that's funny. Oh man, that's the Waterboy Award. Hope y'all enjoyed that because I did. But the Laker one was I didn't understand that one at all. Just awkward. It was just awkward.
It was so many mixing. Yeah, like I didn't know how to feel. And I was happy that we did that. I was happy that we won.
I wasn't.
I'm like,
Kobe was looking at y'all like, what the hell are y'all doing? That's what Kobe said. Kobe turned it over in his grave. He said,
man, Kobe would have told them to hang it over there, out of the way. Don't put it with the championship. Like that's what I got mad at. Like, why would you put it where the championships, you know what I'm saying, the world championship that we got.
It's like a napkin next to a beach.
It does. It's exactly what it looks like.
It's awkward.
And you know what? It looks like one of those high school ones that you put in the gym to where like they just put the number. Like if you win a state championship, you don't get a new banner for each year. They just add the year to it. When you win,
it looked like the regional championship compared to the state championship. You know how they put your regional championship banner up when you win the region?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. Thank you, man. Shout out to our guy DJ, man, for coming through, sitting with us around the water cooler. Gave his perspective on sports, man. Had some really thoughtful and some real thought out answers to these questions, man. So that's what's up, man. DJ, tell the people, man, where they can find you. Say what you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, boss, man. What you got to say?
You can find me at Holleywood_media on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram DM for bookings. Also Facebook, Holleywood Media with 2 A's. That's a AA at the end. You know, shout out to y'all, lifelong brothers, friends. From the 4-6. I'm hardly home, but I always repping. They know that. Even like high school, college, like they know I'm from Tuskegee. I went to Auburn High School, but I'm from Tuskegee. If it's in the program wrong, I need y'all to change it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong. It's all love though. But hey, shout out to y'all. Shout out to B Sharp.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna set the record straight, people. Like when he was on the show, they didn't forget my sponsorship. I didn't pay for that episode. So if y'all going,
we didn't say nothing. We didn't say nothing. That's what it was.
Y'all been loyal. Y'all been loyal ever since. But I'm gonna tell everybody else who wants sponsorships, man. Y'all pay these boys, man. They worth it. And B Shaw said that he never met me because I avoided him.
What? Wait, what?
B Shaw looks the same as he did now as a kid.
Thank you.
He just looked mean. I'm like, if you cross his path, it's like he can either like look like he'll beat you up or he'll joke on you for your t-shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna just avoid him altogether.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's a nice guy, man.
He is though. I can see that he's a nice guy, but as a kid looking at him, I'm on his mind.
Yeah, he's a very fun guy. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, shout out to my wife too, my daughter. That's who I'm kind of inspiring to, take off with this media business for. And to all the people out there, man, you don't have to be great to be started, but you have to be started to be great.
Amen. Marcus, what you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, boss, man?
Man, say my usual, man. Shout out the home team, man. Shout out to everybody who been day ones, man. I ain't gonna put no names behind it today because we're running over time. But man, much love, man. Much respect. Love y'all, man. Keep it in the road this week.
Yeah, man. You know how I do it before we get up out of here, man. Shout out to the home team, 4-6, Macon County, Tuskegee in the building, man. Shout out to BTW, man. We just signed our first Division I. Quay was Division I. We just I signed our first big time
Power 5.
Power 5, yeah, that's the reason. Power 5 recruit coming out of BTW. He's going to play for Auburn. Shout out to Little Joe Phillips. Shout out to BTW, Coach O'Neal, man. Shout out to the University of South Alabama for giving me my degree. Man, shout out to my mom. Shout out to my wife. I love all of y'all. Shout out to my family, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Man, if you listening, man, like, share, subscribe to the podcast. Like and rate the podcast, man. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. We are literally like 4 people away from 200 subscribers. Literally. And we just started this in July. So, I mean, go hit the subscribe button if you're listening to us, if you're watching us, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Man, it's greatly appreciated. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pike. As we told y'all last week, we got merch coming next year around March. Website will be up around March of next year as well. So, man, be on the lookout for that, man. Thank y'all so much. We're trying to do big and better things. Trying to keep y'all engaged, trying to keep y'all interested in the podcast. But you know how I do it before we get up out of here, man. Y'all have a good one. Now, better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Water Cooler Talk. Make sure to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Water Cooler Talk and on YouTube at The Coolest Pod 23. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast player so that you never miss an episode.